IGP Christian Tete Yohonu ene odinsem bi tudwa ewo NPP for wonu madwabo a wonu boy ya omkosensan asumdwe enkrata said ebeye na wonu mabato eda wonu manimu yi mekire 31st January bibia betimi aye asumdwe na watimi wakame penche bia enkonkoba na ebre ya IGP ne na prosifo wonu ba be pimo dwumadi na se no ensem bebre no a na IGP wode etu wonu manimu kire se ensem bebre no na wa montene so eye sabi wonu a wonu epre franka tudi bia no wonu machitafo bi na montene so kankan ensem bebre no ya enyefe enyanika na enya hogono kra fise obehwe no na bia nipa enum ya sese wonu mugina Kennedy akompreko Japan Brian Echampon Dr. Laji Mahmoud Bawumia oseya wadutwum na afa nsuso engineer kwabena je Japan nipa num no nyina no wonu machitafo no obia ewa rehyiemu se abato no bekwama no nti to de bi na se wohwe emrantie no bi sabi wonu monsem kaye ene akokoduro sem ya wonu moye no a na kire se we no ewom se eye fisem eye internal election de nanso so se IGP wa manani ambre amfane na yensi fomu a ya nhwe na chitafo no bi aka akodi nsamoni bi ebe wie kire no na akofa wo yene ene de abre amanyokuo no ama bia beso o man Ghana so firi se NPP eye Ghana de ya NPP eye NPP no adia nti sebe se boni bi firi NPP mu ba ebi so o man Ghana so nti no ese wono mo hwe ne yire bambom se de be ya somdwe ebetumi abanti ne ebra IGP Christian Tete Yohonu wode ne nsem todwa no kan se mi se wono behwe ama asrafo ene apolisifoɔ aka bom agide bambom ya polling center anase mmea hodo no yebeto aba no ba bia yebeto aba bia no yenya apolisifoɔ ne asojafoɔ kora na nye be se aduoso about be se 70 security personnel and a big polling center into we Kennedy akompreko Japan chitani na wadwen o se obeka koye basabasa ewo abato atena ye honom dia ene na odi omogya na bekofie saa nso na wo Dr. Laji Mahmoud Bawumia chitani na wadwen o se wode basabasa na beko a ene wo so twen obegye wo de na ade akofie saa nso na nkae na aka ne nyina no wode warning amma wonum nyina se wonum hweye nyesa die ni enan pa na ebeto wonum na yenko tie IGP Christian Tete Yohonu ene ebra wo hwe enipa enum yanim ya woka ekire wonum se munhwe ye na muntu machitafo no fo nyesa eda no wanhwe a se wani nkunimu a obesan de awerehwo na akofie yenko tie Tete Yohonu bo modern ansa obe subscribe na wa follow ye na wa babeka yendwumade no so ho.
The former President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the Chairman of the Presidential Elections Committee, the General Secretary of the NPP, the Minority Leader of Parliament, the former Chief of Staff, representatives of the National Peace Council, the Chairperson, National Council of Elders, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Some few weeks ago, the NPP party wrote to the police to inform us that the security for the forthcoming presidential aspirant elections will be solely handled by the Ghana Police Service. We want to assure you that we have been able to identify all the areas where the elections will take place. We have 276 plus 1 polling centers. We have been able to make our operational plans. We have met all our regional commanders who are responsible for these areas where these elections will take place. We have gone over all the preparations over and over and ready to go to the field. In the section of Boku, that is the area that we may need the support of the military. And so we have written to the Interior Minister to inform the Minister of Defense so that we have military support in Boku. All other areas countrywide, the military will be on standby. We are assuring you that at least 70 is the least number of a police number that will be at each police station. We have deployed heavily. All senior officers countrywide are going to be at the polling station. We have the inner deployment, the middle deployment, and then the outer deployment. The outer deployment is heavily loaded. I want to assure you that we have done a lot of training and preparation, and that my regional commanders have called me and said that they are even ready for the elections today. As the caution has been given by the General Secretary, the caution is that we will not entertain any parasecurity at the police station. We have heard a lot, social media and others. And sometimes some of the leaders of the party have forwarded some voices to me to let me know that some group of individuals are planning to deploy Machomen. Please, we are cautioning that the police are more macho than the macho men you deploy. And that when it comes to the stage, that these macho men will not take advice from the caution that is given them. And they come to the police station and then we arrest them. I'm pleading. Nobody should call me. The word is that police is ready. And so we are giving you all the assurance that we'll do our work peacefully. And then we'll contribute heavily to make sure that at the end of the day, the one you want to be the presidential candidate who you want to let the person stand for the NPP party will come out victoriously under a peaceful security arrangement. And so, Honorable Chair, the police want to thank you for reposing this confidence in us, that you want the police to do this security, to provide a security. And we are happy to come here in our numbers, because what is happening today is about signing of peace pact. And because we are peace officers, that is why we have come here in our numbers. All that we want is that there should be peace, so that at the end of the day, everything will go on successfully, and we shall all enjoy the fruits of the exercise that we have gone through. Thank you very much, and God bless everybody as we prepare for this election. Thank you.
Our revered former President, His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, our mother, former Chief of Staff, our Chairman of the National Council of Elders, Dr. Hakma Usu Ajiman, our Leader in Parliament, Minority Leader, Osanhene Afenyo-Markin, our IGP and your men, reps or members of the National Peace Council, our fathers and mothers of the National Council of Elders, colleague national officers, our dear aspirants, ladies and gentlemen, we are witnessing a very important day. It has been termed the peace path, but I'll refer to it as a commitment path. The commitment on the part of our aspirants to affirm that indeed they are true patriots, and after January 31st, they will still continue to be true patriots. That is what we refer to as commitment path. Indeed, our constitution is very clear, and all of us here, irrespective of our positions, are governed by our constitution. Sitting down and looking at our Council of Elders, once upon a time, some of them had the ambition to lead this great party of ours. They went through the contest. They didn't win, but they never forgot that they are members of the New Patriotic Party. And today, they are not former presidents. They are not former presidential aspirants, but they are members of our National Council of Elders. So to our 5 aspirants, as you all know, we are going to a contest. Certainly one of you will emerge, not just as a winner, but to take the mantle of leading us to the greater battle in 2028. But the remaining 4, that shall not be the end of your life. Just as we have seen our revered Council of Elders here, maybe one day you will also become Council of Elders of our great party. That's the beauty of democracy. In our quest to ensure that we have a free, fair, and transparent elections, the National Council constituted what we refer to as the Presidential Elections Committee, chaired by our revered Honorable Joseph Oseus. And I'm happy that all the 5 aspirants, wherever they stand, they have commended the work that has been done by the Presidential Elections Committee. Again, I also commend my colleague national officers. We may have interest, we may have preference, but we have been able to manage ourselves very well, so to the extent that none of us has publicly been seen endorsing any of the presidential aspirants. And kudos to our national officers also. Acting Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, for every elections, what every aspirant expects is to see a free, fair, and transparent elections. And indeed, by conduct, at least by the Presidential Elections Committee, we can all attest to it that even in the compilation of the album, which is supposed to be the work of the Presidential Elections Committee, in order to ensure transparency and fairness, our aspirants have been involved from day one in compiling the album for the election, which is to guarantee free and fair election come January 31st. Again, also, with respect to security, I'm happy our revered IGP is here. What is important for us as a party is to make sure that aspirants, voters, and even those who have a role to play on January 31st will be able to do their work in a free, fair, and secure manner. And we are sure the IGP and his men will guarantee us total peace and security in all our voting centers. So IGP, I will not do your work for you, but I want to use this medium to send a strong caution to any person in our party or outside our party who has any intention of discrediting or trying to mar the beauty of our democracy come January 31st, that be careful. That on that day, the IGP and his men will apprehend anybody who tries to cause chaos on January 31st. The chairman, I cannot take my seat by also making this important comment to our aspirants. Please, all of you should understand that none of you alone, even when you win, can secure a victory in 2028. And therefore, you will need the support of your brothers to be able to win the elections in 2028. And therefore, let us not see that this is just a fair contest. This is a contest of just how to show that have the support in the party. Whether you have the support or not, when you win January 31st, you will still need our brothers to carry you on for us to win the elections in 2028. And I can assure you that as the administrator of the party, every support that we need to give to all our aspirants, and even after the elections, the process of reconciliation to bring everybody on board, you can trust us that we are fully prepared and ready to support you to make sure that we rally ourselves together to fight for the victory in 2020. Thank you very much, and God bless us all.
Thank you very much, General Secretary. Would I like to invite the first female Chief of Staff of Ghana. She's now the former Chief of Staff, and she's in the person of Honorable Frema Akusia Osei Opari.
The former President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, our Acting National Chairman, Mr. Dankwa Smith-Bute, the General Secretary and leadership of the New Patriotic Party, the IGP and his team, the Chairman of Council of Elders, Honorable Hackman Owusu-Agyemang, the Minority Leader, Honorable Osahene Afenyo Markin, the presidential candidates of the New Patriotic Party, representatives of the National Peace Council, and sorry for my omission, I should have acknowledged our former first Deputy Speaker of Parliament and Chairman of the Presidential Elections Committee earlier on, Honorable Joseph Osei Wusu. Distinguished party members, I'm delighted to be part of the signing ceremony of the Presidential Elections Peace Pact, as we commit to peace, unity, transparency, free, fair, and credible elections. I bring you warm greetings from the National Council of Patrons and commend all the 5 aspirants and your representatives for agreeing to sign the peace covenant. In the past few months, all 5 of you have been trekking and crisscrossing the nooks and crannies of our country, canvassing for votes and energizing the base of our party. The National Council of Patrons acknowledges the difficulties involved, energy required, and the resources committed towards this endeavor. Now, in less than 10 days, the highly anticipated 2026 NPP presidential primaries will take place across the country, and we all have a duty to remain united afterwards. Distinguished presidential candidates, in my work as the chairperson of the party's Conflict Resolution Committee from 2010 to 2020, it became clear that our electoral losses, both in parliamentary and presidential elections, can be largely linked to the many internal conflicts within the party and our inability to heal faster. We are unable to forgive ourselves, reconcile, and move on after our internal elections. The National Council of Patrons admonishes that under no circumstance should the choice of the delegate in any of our internal elections degenerate into irreconcilable disagreement, knowing that most of the positions in NPP remain elective positions. This peace pact that we are about to sign today is not only for aspirants and delegates, but also for all of us as NPP members and sympathizers. Therefore, the need for all aspirants to educate and encourage their supporters to see this important election as a time-tested tradition of our party. And we are all required to come together to prosecute the 2028 election. We need all hands on deck to win 2028. I urge whoever emerges victorious to embrace all other contestants and their supporters in a meaningful way by making them an integral part of the campaign at all levels. As the famous Mother Teresa said, if we have no peace, it is because we have forgotten that we belong to each other. Ladies and gentlemen, let the country, the region, the constituency, polling station feel that we, the great Elephant Party, is indeed united. We are focused and disciplined for victory 2028. I thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you very much, Auntie Ferma. She's also the chairperson of the Council of Patrons for the New Patriotic Party. And now I'd like to invite one of our dignitaries and invited guest, a representative of the National Peace Council, to give us a short statement. Thank you. With a round of applause, please let us welcome Nana.
Good afternoon. As you've been told, my name is Nana Ifa-Pente. I'm the Paramount Chief of Bompata in Ashanti, and I have unqualified pleasure to make this statement on behalf of the National Peace Council. Our immediate past president is Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the acting national chairman of the New Patriotic Party, the chairman of Council of Elders, the chairman of the Presidential Elections Committee, the IGP, the Flagbearer aspirants, the General Secretary, the functional executives, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor for the National Peace Council to participate in this historic meeting by the New Patriotic Party family to sign a peace pact as a key measure to safeguard the peace of the party and by extension, the peace of the nation in the lead up to the very important election ahead to elect a Flagbearer to contest the 2028 general elections. Honorable Chairman, I extend the full compliment of the Chairman, Most Reverend Emmanuel Kofi Fiano, and the entire National Peace Council to the NPP for taking this significant step to ensure peace before, during, and after the 31st of January elections. The Council wishes to commend the NPP for demonstrating good democratic tenet to be the first political party to internalize Peace Pact, modeling the Peace Council-led Presidential and Parliamentary Peace Pact, which has now become a key component of Ghana's general elections. The message you are sending with this democratic exercise is that internal party cohesion is directly in sync with national resilience and unity. This enduring legacy of exploring non-violent means to address intra-party conflicts is an assurance to sustain the peace within the party leadership and supporters, and ultimately strive for progress and development of our country, Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, any contest for a vacant position will naturally generate conflict. Conflicting opinions are normal in human life. In your case, 5 people are contesting for one position. Conflict experts will tell you that any situation of this nature will naturally attract conflict dynamic. The pursuit of incompatible interests, values, goals, among others, between 2 or more parties is what we mean by conflict. In this context, the ideas of 5 different people in the pursuit of one vacant position, of a flag bearer to lead the party, could not be the same. However, the ability of these different people to rise above personal interest and accept the winner and choose the path of peace for the collective good of the party and the country will then show the resilience and preparedness of the party to contribute positively to the country's democracy. It is also important for all stakeholders of the party to play their role in a manner that assures the candidates fairness and credibility that leave no doubt for acceptance or rejection of the outcome of the elections. The National Peace Council is hopeful that you will contribute to building an internally strong party-based foundation of trust and confidence in a system that will leave an indelible mark on Ghana's democratic process. The Council urges the candidates to submit themselves to the remedial measures that the party has put in place in the pact to be signed today. In the event that any or all of the 4 contestants who will not be successful in the January 31 elections are dissatisfied with any of the steps in the elections, please use the laid down party mechanisms, including the mechanisms from the Peace Pact, to address grievances. The one successful person must also be gracious and magnanimous, and remember the African proverb that says that if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. Remember that violence has never been the solution to addressing grievances anywhere on the planet. It can only escalate it. The National Peace Council assures the NPP and all political parties in the country that we are available to facilitate mechanisms to make political parties stronger and resilient to serve the country. Once again, the National Peace Council wishes you a successful delegates conference on 31st January 2026. God bless the NPP. God bless all our political parties. God bless our whole land, Ghana. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Nana Ifa Painting. We would now like to invite the Inspector General of Ghana Police, Mr. Christian Tete Yohunu, to give us a statement.